Okay. Now, today we are going to discuss about the classification of directional couplers, where the first classification we are moving out to the Beth hole directional coupler, and second one we have two hole directional coupler. And for that, the first one we can say that coming to the Beth hole directional coupler, the name itself it suggests that it has been having a single hole. You can see this particular diagram that is in figure 14.20a, 4.20a, where it makes use of a single hole. Okay, so both the diagrams are related to the Beth hole directional coupler, where you can see that there is a single hole. So this is a single hole which is been at the center right now. Now, these are the two rectangular waveguides which is being supported one on the other, and where you can see this, where this is the hole which is being get aligned or get connected with these two rectangular waveguides. Okay, now the top rectangular waveguide can be considered as auxiliary port or auxiliary waveguide or secondary waveguide, and bottom one can be considered as the primary waveguide. Okay, and in this we can say that when these two, when it is being at it, the hole which is being taken at which will be aligned upon certain angle. Okay, so that is being given as a theta. If theta equal to 0 degrees, then we can say that the hole which is being at the center. Okay, the hole is at the center now, and in this case, to get a perfect matching or perfect coupling between one port to other port, then what happens? We need to move this hole at the offside. Means offside in the sense, suppose if we take this is a rectangular waveguide. So when the theta equal to 0 degrees, to get a perfect coupling between these two waveguides, it should be at some offside distance. So where it will not be at the center, the hole to be taken at somewhat offside to this waveguide. So such arrangement is being set as offside OFF. Offside. So the arrangement of the hole is being at an offside. So that's what, to get a perfect coupling between these two waveguides, we need to change the hole from center to some of the offside. Then we get a perfect coupling between these two waveguides. Now let us see how it is being aligned. Now coming to this, you can see that. So when if it is being this, the first diagram it shows when theta equal to 0 degrees. Okay. Now when if we see the second case, when we see the second case, now if theta is being not equal to 0. So in this case, we can say that as the theta is being not equal to 0, in this case, the hole is being at the center. Okay, so it is being aligned with some certain angle, you can see here. So this is nothing but some, it is been having some theta value. Okay, so when we consider port 1 as an input port, as this is the main waveguide, the bottom one which I am sharing it as port 1 and port 2 are the main waveguide. Okay, then when the signal is being made to transmit here, so the electric field will be vertical in this nature. So which is the electric field will be vertical, and that is being moved toward the port 2. So in order to couple the energy in other port, okay, then what happens? Due to the movement of this particular auxiliary waveguide to certain angle, we can change whatever the ports to be coupled. So in this experiment or in this diagram, it is being shown that, so there is a coupling between port 1 and the port 3. You can see that if this is a port 3 and this is a port 4. So there is a coupling between port 1 and port 3 when there is an angle which is being maintained here. You can see that the signal will be coming out of port 3 here. Okay, so that it is being recorded as coupled port. And due to this alignment with certain angle, no signal will be coming out of port 4. Then we can say that it is an isolated port. No doubt that there is a possibility that the signal can come out of at port 2 and also the signal will be coming out of at port 3. So when we consider port 1 as an input, output will be 4 to 2 and 4 to 3 as well. Any doubt? And A6 mute on yourself. Okay. Now that's what I'm conveying, that this Beth hole directional coupler, based upon the alignment of the angle theta, we can change the coupling ports. So in other case, by changing the value of theta, we can make a coupling between port 1 and port to 4. Okay, we can make these two as a coupling ports, and this 4 to 3 can be made isolated. Okay, so it depends upon at what angle we are arranging these two ports. Accordingly, we can change the coupling ports and we can also change the isolated ports. So then, because of this functionality, whatever be the port we want to send the energy, so accordingly we can send the energy, and whichever it is been not required, okay, where the energy is been not required to transfer, then accordingly by setting these two ports or these two waveguides in a certain angle, we can avoid to enter the energy in a particular port. So that's what the intention of this Beth hole directional coupler. And so whichever the ports it has been required to be coupled can be done, and whichever the energy, whichever the two ports we want to make it as isolated can also be done. So this is the importance we have for the case of Beth hole directional coupler. So if you have any doubt, please put it in the chat box, and so that we can move to the next two hole directional coupler, which has been very important. And we are going to perform the same experiment for the two hole directional coupler. And already the device, it has been already shown to you while introducing the microwave components of introductory lab. The directional coupler, it is being shown to you. And if time permits, I'll be showing the diagram of that also. And now let us move to the two hole directional coupler. So if the time lapse, please join once again. So this is the two hole directional coupler. It's been very simple. And so I'm going to explain. This has been very simple diagram. Please concentrate. And the same, it has been 55 is the strength right now. The same strength, including me, the same strength they have to get and more than this. Okay. So please join. After that, I'm going to explain one of the important principle, that is Faraday's principle, on which next topic we will be about to discuss. Okay. It's been very important. And so now, so this is what the two hole directional coupler, and we are going to perform the experiment based upon this two hole directional coupler. Okay. So let me explain what are the constructional features using this two hole directional coupler. And you can see that in this case of two hole directional coupler, so there are two holes. So there are two holes which is being done, which is being taken. So it is a combination of directional coupler, two waveguides. So I'm going to draw a rough diagram here. So this is the rectangular waveguide we have. And apart from that, we have, this is the another rectangular waveguide which is being placed over here. So this is the diagram which is being shown to you, the microwave components. So this is being acting as now port 1. So this is being taken as now port 2, and this is being taken as now port 3, and this is being taken as port 4. So that's what the port, and always the port 4 it is being closed over here. Okay. So in this case, and now let me explain the construction diagram. So there are two holes here. There will be two holes here. One hole is being made here, and another hole is being made over here. So the same diagram it is being taken, and here the distance between these two it is being taken as lambda g by 4, the quarter wavelength. The distance between these two, it is being taken as lambda g by 4. Okay. So this is not customary and mandatory to take it, else there will not be coupling energy or coupling property cannot be fulfilled if it is been other than lambda g by 4 if we take it. Okay. So that's enough disadvantage we have. So that we have to maintain the distance between these two holes to be in terms of lambda g by 4. Okay. Now let me explain here port 1, whatever it is being taken as port 1 and port 2. So here this is a port 1 and a port 2, port 3 and port 4. Now let me explain. This is the constructional diagram of two-hole directional coupler. And now let me proceed. What is the working functionality it has? First, let me consider that port 1 as an input port. Then the first straight away it enters the energy into port 2. The signal will be entered into the port 3, and there is also a possibility that it is been entering from port 4. We can see here. So I'm just rubbing out this red mark so that it will be clearly understand to you. And now let me take. Okay. Now this is what when port 1 is being considered as an input port. Part of the signal will be coming out of port 2 and part of the signal will be moving to the port 4. Then we can say that these two are acting as output ports. So here what happens, there is also a possibility that the signal will be coming out of from the first hole and it is being moving towards the port 4. And the signals which are moving from port to second hole and the first hole, these two will be added up here. Okay, so that it is being written as an added. The signals which are coming toward the port 2, port 4 will be adding from the energy coming out of these two holes. So this is the first hole we have, and this is the second hole. The signals which are coming out of from first hole and second hole, these two will be added up and they come toward the port 4. So that then we can consider that port 2 and port 4 are the output ports. These are having good coupling with respect to port 1. And now we'll see what happens to the port 3, why it is being written as a cancelled there. Now for that, let me explain here. So as I have told that there is also a possibility that the signal which are coming out of port 1, it is being moving towards the port 4 here. And there is also a possibility that the signals which are moving toward from second hole, so there is a possibility that it may come back. Okay, so see that concentrate when port 1 it has been releasing the energy, from hole 1 it has been coming out a part of the energy, and from hole 2 it may go to the port 4, and part of the signal there is a scope that it has been coming back toward the port 3 because we have an opportunity here. Now you can see these two, where the energy which is been coming in this direction from in this particular direction, and the energy which is been coming from hole 2 to moving to port 3, these two will be out of phase with each other because the signals are moving exactly in opposite in phase. The energy which are been coming from hole 1 moving towards port 4, the energy which is been coming from port 2 and moving towards the port 3. So these two will be opposite in phase. Okay, so due to this, these two gets cancelled, then no energy will be coupled towards the port 3. So that the energy coming out of port 3 will be totally 0. So that we can say that port 1 and port 3 is said to be isolated ports. Port 1 and port 3 can be considered as an isolated ports. So that's what the explanation of this two-hole directional coupler can be done. Okay, so always it is being taken as one of the port will be totally closed in normal experimental in nature, but this is how the total working functionality of the two-hole directional can be explained. Is that clear? And the working functionality of the two-hole directional coupler, how it is being working out. If you have any doubt, please you can raise so that I'll be clearing it out only. Simple that one port 1 is being considered as an input port. We'll get outputted to port 2. That directly we have direct path from port 1 to port 2, and we'll also get output at port 4 because that is from the energy leaking out from port hole 1 and hole 2. Those two will get added up over here, and we'll get the output at port 4. And similarly, while coming to the port 3, we can see that the energy coming out of port 1 and the energy coming out of port 2, these two will, while it is been moving towards the port 3, these two gets cancelled up because of opposite in phase. Hence, we find no energy is being coming out of it through port 3. So this is how we can explain the working functionality of directional couplers. One is by Beth hole, that is a single hole directional coupler, and second one is by the two hole directional couplers. So mainly we use these directional couplers at parametric amplifiers, and then for parametric amplifiers we'll be making use of these directional couplers, where it is been required to amplify the signal to a certain levels by sending the energy in the holes, so that it gets added up accordingly. So we can also, it is also used to divide the energy into two equal parts, or to circulate the energy in the different parts. We can make use of these directional couplers. So this is the importance and the applications of directional couplers we have. So means ultimately we can say that whichever the ports we want to couple, we can couple it. We can, whichever we want to isolate, we can isolate it. Okay. So that's the importance of this directional coupler, and that the same we have discussed just now. Okay. And within 1 minute, the meeting is going to wind up. And please rejoin once again, where we are going to discuss the new topic called Faraday's law. Based upon this Faraday's law, we have ferromagnetic materials, which has been very important. And so the working nature of the ferrite devices, which we are going to discuss, is been very important. And definitely a question will be asked from that ferrite devices. Those are the three devices which we have, that is the gyrator, isolator, and circulator. So these three are very important. As time permits, we'll discuss these ferrite devices. So how many we can do, we can discuss these ferrite devices.